in celebration of the 500 years of the birth of Christianity in the Philippines. Let me show you El Puerto de San Pedro, constructed in 1565. And it is very relevant also to our history because this is the oldest military fort in the Philippines. Pasukin natin. These are the collected old photos of the fort dating back 15th century. Ito yung original structure. The original structure of the Fort San Pedro was temporarily built to provide an immediate security to the members of the Spanish expedition encompassed with the shores of Cebu. Construction commenced in May 8, 1565, 11 days after Miguel Lopez de Legazpi arrived in the island of Cebu. It was a triangular wooden, as you have noticed, wooden palisade situated on the promontory and enclosing a few walls of fresh water. One is still operational. The two sides facing the sea were defended by artillery, while the sides facing the land was sufficiently defended by the wall. Here are the photos. A collage of photos of the old Fort San Pedro. That is the portrait of Ferdinand de Magellan, Captain General of the first Spanish expedition that reached in the Philippines in 1521. Portrait of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, the first Spanish settlement, who founded the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines in 1565. This is the landing of the Spaniards in the Philippines. This is very relevant to our celebration of the 500 years of the birth of Christianity. This is the image of the planting of the cross by Ferdinand Magellan in Cebu on April 14, 1521. All of this gallery of photos can be found inside here in Fort San Pedro. You only have to pay 30 pesos to be educated and enlightened with the history of not only Cebu, but the entire Philippine populace dating back 15th century. Good morning. Let's go inside the gallery. Paintings, no? This is a collection of paintings by renowned Cebuano artist Emmanuel Pañares. Interestingly, that is the image of Lapu-Lapu, Mactan chieftain Lapu-Lapu. A portrait of Ferdinand Magellan, Raja Humabon, and Queen Juana. This is Enrique Malacca, and the chronicler of the expedition, Antonio Pigafetta. And look who's here, Schoolmate na ako sa Southwestern University. Shout out, Chitang. Shout out, Chitang. Gemma De Horas, our friend. Ay, Cabrera di ay. Cabrera. We are so proud. Oh, Gemma Cañete.
Gemma, no.
Classmate na to. Oh, okay, shout out siya na siya diri. I think in charge man siguro sa Fort San Pedro.
Hello.
It is very heartwarming to see Gemma. Now no longer in Facebook but in flesh.
Whoa.
Good morning, Gem.
Good morning,
Let me do my work first, okay? Chitang.
Chitang.
Okay, namatay na si Tessa, you know that. Ah, sige. Ano di ay kang, who is this? Katong katrabaho sa DOH na to, friend.
Who?
Nasa DOH, karon na siya supervisor sa DOH. Basta balik na lang ko taon-taon, okay. Class, kabatch na ninyo. Sa DOH karon katrabaho.
Okay.
Sige, okay.
Sige, bye-bye.
Sige, bye-bye. Yeah, we have to climb a little bit and they will be showing you what is life if Cebuanos way back in the 19th century. Ito, mga prominent Cebuano and the architecture. Here are the photos. Ang ginamit pa nila ay Kodak. Look, that's Plaza Ordaneta or Plaza Humabon. This is very near in my house now. This is the Cathedral Church. All of these photos that is featured in this gallery are the architectural designs way from the 18th century to 19th century of the prominent life of the Cebuanos, proving that early on Cebu had the reputation of the Queen City of the South, with a vibrant economy, with a very civilized inhabitants. They have railways, all these constructions, all of these designs, houses, buildings, arts, have already existed in my proud city, vibrantly captured. This is the photo of the Peacetime. Peacetime is a collection of vintage Cebu City photos that will provide us deeper insights into the nature of American colonialism and representation of Cebu through the medium of photography. They were using Kodak. Unfortunately, Kodak had been bankrupt. We retained most of the original captions of the photos to show the possibilities of distortion and manipulation of the photos, meaning, just like selection of subject posing and even cropping captions of photographic tools and reinforce conquest and colonization because they are contextualized or they contextualize messages or distort the images, so at least it is well preserved. Here are the photos. I am showing you the architectural design as well as the original structure of these houses taken way back in the early 19th century upon the colonization by the Americans, Japanese, proving that Cebu, even in the early 19th century and 18th century, have already had this vibrant economy and civilization. Thank you, Kodak. Okay, now, since this structure fort was used to protect the island from the invading pirates, this long pathway here was used for the Spanish soldiers drilling. Dito sila gumagawa ng pang-araw-araw nila ng mga drills, no? Practice drills. Ito. This is the structure. Yung mga Cebuano soldiers who volunteered to defend the island, nandito sila. Dito sila nagpa-practice ng kanilang morning drills. And Fort San Pedro way back in the 16th century, 17th century was the tallest man-made structure. And ito yung Plaza Independencia. Ang purpose ng fort na to is to defend the island from invaders, from rebels. Kaya ang area na to, pinakamataas, has been strategically built para makita ang mga movement ng mga tao. Triangular in shape para the inland and outbound na malapit sa dagat ay makikita ng mga military personnel who is in charge to oversee the movement of the natives. Ito naman, kanina ipinakita ko sa inyo yung facing inland. Ito namang walls na to ay facing the sea. Kasi ito, ang Cebu noon is surrounded with body of waters. Kahit ngayon, ito ay fort area. Ito. Noon to dagat. At ginawa nga tong walls na to, ginawa para maproteksyonan ang mga islands sa mga pirate invaders. Kasi yung mga pirata, hina-hijack nila or ang mga harvest na mga natives or kumukuha sila ng mga native people na gawing ibinibentang slaves, no? Binibenta silang slaves sa mga neighboring islands, kinukuha, hina-hijack nila or kinikidnap nila ang mga natives para gawing mga slaves. Ito, dagat to noon. Ito, dagat. So, ang wall na to ay nagbibigay ng babala. Parang baluarte, no? Nagbibigay babala kung may mga invaders na sasakop sa isla. At ito naman, tong path na to ay ginagamit para sa kanilang morning drill or defense sa mga pirata. Itong malawak naman na area na to ay dito sila, they are grouped here. Yung mga Spanish soldiers, dito sila nagpa-practice ng kanilang morning drill, or dito rin yung mga bihag nila nilalagay, at of course the corresponding punishment given. Yang nakikita nyo is the facade or the wall of the fort sa mainland. So as I said, since Fort San Pedro was the tallest man-made structure noon, so makikita talaga nila, just imagine makikita talaga nila ang mga sasakyan ng mga piratang may balak na pumasok sa isla. At dito nilalagay yung mga bihag. Pag may mga bihag sila, dito nila nilalagay. Ito, nakikita nyo, mga canyons facing the sea. Ayan. Mga canyons yan facing the sea. This one. Ito, parang garrison. Dito nilalagay yung mga bihag. We call it bastion or bastion of San Miguel. When Miguel Lopez de Legazpi ordered the construction of Fort San Pedro on May 8, 1565, it has the purpose to protect the Spaniards from unrelenting guerrillas attack inflicted on them by the native Cebuanos. It was on the same date that he renamed the conquered kingdom of Sugbo, headed by King Tupas, as Villa de San Miguel, to honor Archangel and invoke his help for protection. So, we give credit talaga kang Miguel Lopez de Legazpi na siya talaga ang nagpasimuno at itinayo ang Fort San Pedro para maging proteksyon laban sa mga invaders, rebels, pirates na gustong sakupin ang isla ng Cebu dahil napakayaman ng nasabing isla, rich and with bounty. No? Maraming mga products dito na gustong kunin ng mga pirata, kaya gusto nilang sakupin ang isla. It may look small now, but imagine during that those years, early on, napakalaking lugar na to. It is huge structure way back in the 15th century. There. Palabas na tayo ng Fort San Pedro, and I will be showing you yung wall, yung sinasabi nating wall or the facade of Fort San Pedro. It has retained its original coral stones no ginamit for the installation of the walls. So I would like to invite all the Filipinos. This would be the chance for you to visit the island of Cebu, especially now na they have loosened their requirements in visiting the island. Pwede na kayong bumisita because the tourism industry in Cebu have reopened. All you have to do is book your flight or your schedule and your return tickets. Wala na yung tinatawag natin na you have to be quarantined. Medyo magaan na ngayon ang requirements. So among your priorities of traveling, visit Cebu, and especially we will be celebrating the 500 years of the birth of the Christianity in our country. That will start on April 4. That is Easter Sunday. I will end up this vlog with this image. This one. This is a depiction on the planting of the cross by Ferdinand Magellan in Cebu on April 14, 1521, signaling the birth of Christianity in the Philippines. Good day, everybody.